live, I'm gonna ensure that you're all able to hear me. Hold up. Let me put the volume down. Okay. And oh, that remained okay. 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 Today's what, Friday? Yeah, today's Friday. Anyway, yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back was more of me playing Telltale, The Walking Dead Season 2. Gotta lock in, chat. I know, the whole play I didn't stream yesterday. Well, I mean, it mentioned that it automatically uploaded, you know, my live stream yesterday. But that was simply more because of, you know, it was midnight. But I didn't stream afterwards because my boy, I was in the call with my boy Carlos, and I just been, like, in plenty of snap calls that I wasn't necessarily able to, like, go live. As for GTA specifically, unfortunately, Mason PS Plus ended. It's unfortunate. But Angel has officially made a comeback to GTA 5 online, so I'm overall gonna be willing to consider playing that shit with him. And great news, chat. When the football season occurs, I am officially going to be streaming and watching NFL simultaneously, but I'm able to respond to chats simply because, you know, I'm able to have access to my YouTube app. Remember, before I wasn't able to update my apps because of insufficient funds, and I figured out because I need money in my account and got that all situated. Well, you know, there's that overall. Well, CB chat. Without further ado, let's get straight to this shit once and for all. You know, anyway, let's fucking get straight to this shit. Hoping I could play, like, what, 3 or 4 episodes? Perhaps? Or the whole game. I could possibly beat the whole game if I had to today. But then it's gonna take hours and hours, and I do want to watch WWE. I know, chat, I wasn't live while watching Monday Night Raw. Yo, what's good, Panda? Good, how you feeling? I didn't watch Monday Night Raw while live, chat. Yeah, I wasn't really, like... So, if there's a point where I didn't have a chance to go live to watch Monday Night Raw, I'm just gonna have to watch it with my mom's place. But for SmackDown, I'm gonna definitely consider watching it while live, while in the call with my boy Carlos, my homie. But I'm gonna be live, you know, but I'm watching WWE, Friday Night SmackDown. So, hold on, my boy Farhan just mentioned me in a group chat. Okay. Okay. Yo, what is good, RJ? How you feeling, brother? Anyway. Yeah, sadly I wasn't able to all of yesterday. I mean, the whole point why it said July 2nd. So pretty much it's been 2 days since I was live. Or no, actually it was yesterday. I just didn't stream all of yesterday just because of the roleplay. I feel like I started before 12 or something. Or no, it was 12 something. Yeah, who knows why, chat, who knows. Because today is, what, July 3rd? Yeah, so it's been a day. Not bad, not bad. I mean, it was all midnight. It was like midnight, you know. Yeah, man, I was asleep that time. My bad, bro. For GTA, we'll be sure to play it later today, bro, if we're able to. But yeah, chat. So, yeah, that's all I have to mention. So anyway, let's get to the point where I typically chat about. Obviously, for the 5 girls slash women slash ladies slash females that I mentioned, especially about their ages, their names, all that. Me keeping it a secret and low-key within romantic terms is not illegal. If I go beyond the boundaries, it is under current laws, but once that changes later this year, which you obviously know, once majority of the aging laws slash age requirements are lowered to 12 plus for now, which is a bit higher than that 7 plus and 11 plus shit. For now, chat, so me keeping it a secret and low-key right now is not necessarily illegal. So once that changes later this year, if I go beyond the boundaries, that won't necessarily be illegal within that time. But as of now, it would be under current laws. But once that changes later this year, it wouldn't necessarily be. But me keeping it a secret and low-key within romantic terms, meaning I'm keeping it a secret and low-key, is not necessarily illegal because I'm not necessarily going beyond the boundaries. But anyway, y'all know about that. You know, y'all know about that. You remember how I mentioned about Miranda and how her age is 12, Courtney and how her age is 13 and a half, gonna be 14, Bella who's 14, and Marie who's 12, and this girl named Kinsley that's 11. Pretty much I'm friends with all of them. That's what I mean by, oh, I'm keeping it a secret and low-key. But once that legal system changes later this year, me going beyond the boundaries with whoever I choose out of the 5 of them is not necessarily illegal later this year. But under current laws right now, it would be if I were to go beyond the boundaries with one of them, you know? Anyway. But me keeping it a secret and low-key within romantic terms is not necessarily illegal because I'm keeping it a secret and I'm keeping it low-key. So that's not necessarily illegal. But once the legal system changes later this year, it would not necessarily be illegal. But anyway, chat, what I'm doing, you know, at this moment, me keeping it a secret and low-key is not necessarily illegal, you know? Anyway, you obviously know. I mentioned it before, and I can mention it again and again, and again, you know? Anyway, so anyway, as I specifically mentioned as well, the word adult and adulthood is specifically associated with mentality, not necessarily physicality. It's not a thing after puberty, it's not a thing 18 plus. Full mental maturity 18 plus is in fact a myth. Full mental maturity 7 plus is in fact a fact, apparently. Get it? Because I said fact twice. Anyway, it's considered a fact. Full mental maturity 7 plus. So pretty much from... Excuse me, what am I doing? I was just wondering what moved. Because apparently my light was, you know... Anyway. So yeah, from exactly the age of 7... So yeah, from exactly the age of 7 and beyond that. Which is pretty much 7 plus, chat. From exactly the age of 11 and beyond that, which is considered 11 plus. And for the 12 plus thing, from exactly the age of 12 and beyond that. Which is pretty much 12 plus. So. See me, chat. So yeah, from exactly the age of 12 and beyond that, which is pretty much 12 plus. So pretty much for all the ages I specifically mentioned, the 7 plus, 11 plus, and 12 plus shit are for both boys slash men slash guys slash males, and girls slash women slash ladies slash females, you know. Let's try anyway. So yeah, and then, obviously, you obviously know plenty of my future political views as a future Republican. Pretty much as a future president. So once I'm within, you know, my second year in office at exactly 29 years old on exactly the year 2034. Pretty much, excuse me, chat. Pretty much, yeah, on exactly the year 2034, I would ensure that majority of the aging laws / age requirements are lowered from 12 plus of that time to the 7 plus and 11 plus shit, which is specifically associated with majority of the legal aspects / legal responsibilities, which they are synonyms of all I specifically chatted about with you all before, anyway, in terms of the legal aspects / legal responsibilities, of all that shit, anyway, in terms of the 7 plus and 11 plus shit, especially the 12 plus shit, but 12 plus will be first, which is a bit higher than the 7 plus and 11 plus shit, then 7 plus and 11 plus shit afterwards, which I would ensure that the 7 plus and 11 plus shit within exactly the year 2034 is indefinite through me, chat, from exactly the year 2034 and beyond that, anyway. So it's gonna be like that up until the world ends. But as well, at this point, some people are just spitting some religious things towards me, and I've mentioned this before, that, like, how I'm non-religious, and when it comes to AZ chat, I just go with the flow of the religious aspects of Christianity. But me personally, I'm still an agnostic, where I don't believe in a higher power. So that's the type of agnostic I am. So I'm more of like, I respect other beliefs, but I go according to my own beliefs. And as a non-religious individual, as an agnostic, I gotta go according to that. And if I do say, oh, I'm half that and half that, meaning half religious and half non-religious, it's all good, To each its own. We all have freedom to practice religion, not freedom of religion. Freedom to practice beliefs, actually, not religion. Freedom to practice religion or not practice religion. That's pretty much the free will we overall have, anyway. As well, chat, as I specifically mentioned, about how the word adult and adulthood is specifically associated with mentality and not necessarily physicality. It's not a thing after puberty, because like I mentioned, chat, full mental maturity 18 plus is in fact a myth, but full mental maturity 7 plus, yeah, full mental maturity 7 plus is not necessarily a myth, it's a fact. So from exactly the age of 7 and beyond that, which is pretty much 7 plus. So, full mental maturity 7 plus, anyway. And how the word adult and adulthood should not necessarily have been legalized, because the legal responsibility simply because of the legal aspects / legal responsibilities are specifically associated with the 7 plus, 11 plus, and 12 plus shit. So once majority of the aging laws / age requirements are lowered this year to the 12 plus shit, all of the legal aspects / legal responsibilities I chat about with you all, before, anyway, of all that shit, is gonna be specifically associated with that shit. So the legal responsibilities or, / legal aspects are pretty much the aspects you have access to legally. Because the word adult and adulthood is specifically associated with mentality, 7 plus. From exactly the age of 7 and beyond that, which is pretty much 7 plus, anyway. So like the mental adulting journey is from exactly the age of 7 and beyond that, which is pretty much 7 plus, anyway. In terms of the word adult and adulthood being specifically associated with the word mentality in terms of 7 plus, full mental maturity 7 plus, from exactly the age of 7 and beyond that, which is pretty much 7 plus, anyway. Which obviously you all know, like I specifically mentioned before, anyway, like, again, chat, for real though, as I specifically mentioned before, yeah, you pretty much know plenty of my future political views as a future Republican, as a future Republican, pretty much as a future president, anyway. And how I would ensure that majority of the aging laws / age requirements are lowered from 12 plus of that time to the 7 plus and 11 plus shit of exactly the year 2034, you know, anyway. And how I would ensure, you know, that it's indefinite through me, you know, through me, you know. Through me, chat. You know, like through me, chat, from exactly the year 2034 and beyond that, you know. Anyway, in terms of me ensuring that the 7 plus and 11 plus shit is indefinite, chat, you know. Through me, you know, from exactly the year 2034 and beyond that, you know. Anyway. Anyway, chat, hold up. See me, chat. But anyway, chat. Hold up. Anyway, you know, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit once for all, you know. Anyway, let's fucking get straight to the shit, you know. Wallahi, chat. You know, got for lock in. You know, wallahi. Alright, anyway. Alrighty. Ooh, excuse me. Alrighty. Man, I'm gonna for real beat this game. Tomorrow's 4th of July. Remember I was playing GTA 5 Story Mode last year of 2025? Now I'm playing this shit, and it's gonna be 4th of July tomorrow. Still pissed that... Here, I'll explain it later. Let's focus on this. Focus on Clementine's independence with her homie...
How you holding up? I heard you got an earful from Rebecca last night.
Yeah, she was apparently being a bitch.
Once she gets going, there's no bringing her back. Her bark's worse than her bite.
What's her problem?
Yeah, she's got a lot on her mind lately. Bringing a baby into a world like this.
So? Adapt to it.
How far are these fish traps?
Excuse me,
It
chat.
ain't much further.
Excuse me, chat. Oh, so we're heading towards the fish traps.
Anyone
Okay.
teach you how to shoot? By that I mean taught proper.
Not necessarily a rifle, unfortunately.
Yeah, but not a rifle.
Well, that makes sense. Less kick. This thing would probably knock you on your ass.
No shit. And plus, she was like 8 years old at the time.
Nick was about your age. First time I took him hunting. Came
That's
across
cool.
this beautiful 13-point buck just standing there on the
That's an
rooftop.
appropriate age
The
to
boy
take
takes
someone
the
towards
rifle,
hunting.
he lines up the shot just like I taught him, and then I hear him start whining. He turns to me and he says, "I can't do it. I can't shoot it, Uncle Pete. Please don't make me shoot it."
Really? No way.
Excuse me.
Hey! Why didn't you wait?
The fuck? Okay. Let me check my TikTok real quick, see who over liked my video. Okay, anyway, chat. Ugh, for lock in.
You want us standing around while you piss on a tree? You know where the river is, boy. Anyway, so I grabbed the gun out of his hand before the big buck runs off, when bang, the gun fires. Boy nearly gut shot me. And of
Damn.
course the buck gets away.
What are you going and telling her this shit for?
Because you almost blew her face off
Give me chat.
yesterday. Seems relevant. Trying to let her know it's nothing personal with you.
Why are you always giving me a hard time?
Because you're always giving everyone else a hard time.
I apologized already. She accepted.
Damn.
Okay, well I didn't know that.
It's fine. He apologized.
You're always trying to embarrass me.
You're doing a good enough job of that on your own. Leaving us again.
I know where the fucking river is.
Whoa, did he just teleport it? God damn.
So anyway, I found that buck later that season. Shot it right in the neck. Brought it up to my sister's figuring she'd want to freeze some of the meat. Nick didn't speak to me for weeks.
Weeks.
Sometimes
God
you gotta
damn.
play a role. Even if it means people you love hate you for it.
He doesn't hate you.
Nick's father wasn't there much, and he was a piece of shit when he was. So it fell to me to keep him in line, raise him right. Meant I couldn't just be nice Uncle Pete.
Oh, is that her? Is that his
Uncle
brother?
Pete.
Oh no, that's not his brother. That's his brother-in-law.
Nick!
Uncle Pete.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Why he had to mention it like that, chat? God damn! It's a lot of dead people. Actually, plenty of dead people.
Ah, full of holes.
Who do you think did this?
Not sure yet, but it ain't your average gang of thugs, that much I know.
Absolutely not.
Think about it. You're Carver, what do you do?
Who's Carver?
Oh, that guy? Ooh. Seems like Clementine wants to
Check
know.
those guys there. Be careful. Some of them might still be moving.
Excuse me, yeah, if they're zombies. Jesus Christ. Yo, I got Nick watch! Alrighty.
What can I do?
See if you can find anything else.
Like what?
Like what might tell us who did this.
Is he shot too?
Yeah, these fellas got lit up something good. Take a look around. Just be careful. Take a look around. Just be careful. Take a look around. Just be careful. Take a look around. Just be careful.
Yeah, apparently he's gonna constantly repeat shit. Same dialogue, so. Yo, is that a teenager?
Too.
Through the head?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no!
Rest. And look for ammo. We're running low.
Man died young! R.I.P. my boy, but as well, I don't fucking like him. Y'all know who that guy is. It's Roman from 400 Days. Fuck that asshole. I'm pretty sure he was looking for... What's her name? Becca and Bree. Pretty sure those are the names? Yeah, he was looking for them, and apparently Carver shot him. Because, you know. If y'all want to know who Carver Ovor is, you'll be sure to find out about that shit. What's in episode 2, and majority of it what's in episode 3, and... Shit, you know?
Can I help?
I got it.
Are you sure you're okay?
Ask my uncle. He knows everything.
Actually, no. I know exactly everything. Your uncle don't. Your uncle don't. What you gonna do about it, son? I'm smarter than you, boy. Even Clementine is, and she's like 11 years old, dumbass. She uses her full mental maturity and her knowledge, unlike your dumbass, buddy. Alright, let's head towards there.
There are more out there.
This wasn't no rinky-dink pissing match.
What was it then?
Foobar.
Where are you going? We need to get the fuck out of here.
Gotta
Hell
check
no.
the rest.
Excuse me, hold up. Someone's texting me on Facebook Messenger and Snapchat. When you have social media chat... Oh my gosh, my guy is such a dumbass, just spamming the same exact shit. And on TikTok he's texting. I just had to laugh at what he mentioned. Man, you know how long I've been single for? I've been single for 2 months. But I'm managing. So.
What? Why?
Calm down and think about it, son.
Calm down. We gotta get out of here now.
What if someone's alive,
Jesus
Nick?
Christ, get a hold of yourself.
What if someone's alive, Nick?
Who cares?
Because
Well,
they
I
might
care,
just be
dumbass.
inclined to tell us who did this. We gotta do this now. Stay here. Keep searching these.
This is a dumb idea.
No, it ain't.
You know, Nick, I don't like this either. But sooner or later, you're gonna have to realize a simple truth.
What, that you're an asshole?
That
Damn.
nobody in this world is ever gonna give a goddamn whether you like something or not. You gotta grow up, son.
Mentally he does.
Whatever.
Come on, Clem.
Like, Nick,
Wanna be
grow the
useful?
fuck up.
Keep a lookout on that tree line.
Jesus Christ.
Whoever did this might still be out there, waiting for another sucker to stumble across this mess.
Do you trust me?
Just like baiting a fish.
At some point, you guys have to trust me.
Hell, I trust you.
Thank
But
you.
not everyone's at that point yet.
Well, because they're assholes.
Give them time. Look,
They're still assholes.
Just keep your head on straight.
They're still assholes when they don't trust you.
Same dude.
Am I right or wrong?
To pieces.
I'm never wrong, so I feel like I'm right.
No.
Good.
Yeah, it's just some random freak zombie.
More on that side. You check out these ones. See if there's anything on them that'll tell us who they were.
For sure. Oh, jeez. Jesus Christ, man. There's multiple meanings why people yawn. As well, chat, you know what would be cool? So you know how Clementine was a kid, and then she's a tween, and then a younger teenager, and then in her late teens. You know what would be cool, chat? Hold up, before I even mention what's cool or whatever, I gotta check my Snapchat, man. People are spamming like fucking crazy. Well, Farhan added me to some random group chat, so... Hey, it's interesting. But you know what would be cool if, let's say, a kid voice acted her kid version was in season 1, a tween voice acted her was in season 2, someone in their early teens, like 13 or 14, voice acted her was in season 3, and in season 4, someone in their late teens voice acted her. That would be so cool, you know. But apparently, Melissa Hutchison voice acted all different stages of life for Clementine within all 4 seasons. So I gotta say, that is some hard work right there, Melissa Hutchison. And yeah, she's a middle-aged adolescent, but hey, what can I mention to you, chat? And plus, because of the current labor laws, they feel that younger individuals are incapable of considering labor. Yeah, that is so bullshit, you know? So once majority of the aging laws slash age requirements are lowered to 12 plus for now, which is a bit higher than the 7 plus and 11 plus shit, then that would be cool, you know? But within the next decade, I'd say like, or no, possibly 2029. And I'll explain that in quite a bit. Actually, no, I'll explain it now. So 2029, from exactly the age of 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8 would be like the ages. So it would vary within each state, but some of them would be federal, and some of them would be state laws. So meaning for labor laws, the ages would vary, and then we would have kid actors and actresses voice acting characters of that age, or close to that age. Meaning, for example, someone who's 12 or 11 or even 10 or whatever can voice act her, and you would hear the exact voice of a tween and not a middle-aged adolescent using a voice of a tween. But I gotta admit, Melissa Hutchison wanted to voice act regardless, not because of the current laws of the current labor laws as well. No, that had nothing to do with that. She was passionate of voice acting someone like Clementine, and that is a lot of work and passion she put within. So shout out goes to Melissa Hutchison, chat. But as well, chat, once majority of the aging laws slash age requirements are lowered to the 12 plus shit, which is a bit higher than the other ages, especially the 7 plus and 11 plus shit. Which the 12 plus is a bit higher than the 11 plus shit, and as well the 7 plus shit and other ages. I specifically mentioned, chat, was it for 2029 or 2034, chat? You obviously know, you know, let's anyway. Then different stages of life or ages or whatever of both boys slash men slash guys slash males and girls slash women slash ladies slash females would voice act characters of that stage of life, you know, physically, for majority of humanity, you know, let's anyway. Pretty much me voice acting, but overall, well, me acting and voice acting, but overall, you know, majority of humanity, you know. Let's anyway. Anyway, that was just something cool to add, because then the person doesn't have to voice act for each stage of life constantly. Like, for example, if I were to voice act AJ, the older version could be voice acted by someone else if they wanted to, and I'll be like, hey, you can have the opportunity. I'll just voice act a different character what's in the Telltale Walking to Season 6 for now. But I'm looking for Season 5. Telltale Walking to Season 5, you know, anyway. What that mouse do? It's the hot breath. If I, like, were to sniff his mouth, it would smell like rotten eggs. Oh, shit. Is that Krista? Yo, that's Krista! I'm pretty sure. Did she have a bun? See me, chat? And it's interesting how they call that hairstyle a ponytail, because they're pretty much calling it a ponytail, you know? Can guys have ponytails? I mean, yeah, if they have long hairs. Who says that boys slash men slash guys slash males can't? I would allow my son to have it if he's interested in having long hairs. I mean, I know Jesus possibly didn't have a ponytail because, you know, they didn't have those type of materials what's in the past. You know, so. Anyway, let's check this guy out. He's not dead, I know for a fact. That's a kidnapper. I mean, he's one of the kidnappers. I mean, he's definitely got to consider being one. That guy who got bit by Clementine, oh my gosh. I love that. If that was my kids, I would mention to him to bite any kidnapper. Bite them as hard as possible to the point where they bleed. Where their finger bleed. Like what Clementine did.
Do I know you?
Yeah, does Clementine know you? I know him. Does she? Yeah, she knows him.
You were in the woods with Krista.
You question if you know him, and
what happened to her?
Yo, she questioned him if she knows him, and then all of a sudden she plainly overall stated she was like, you were the guy who was with Krista was in the woods earlier, or no, yesterday, because this is the next day.
Please tell me.
Actually, no, 2 days ago was in the game. You know, let's anyway. Anyway, back to the game. Yeah, tell her, man. Don't be a pussy.
Please.
Oh, he wants water. I mean, hey, I get that he's a kidnapper, but it's not like he's gonna kidnap Clem. If he does, I would for real make Clem bite him as harder than she did to that kidnapper, the other kidnapper. She'll bite so hard where a finger would come out, and she'll spit that finger out, which would be nasty because you know it's a finger. I mean, hey, you gotta give water. You know, if it was a homeless person, I would give it as well. Oh shit.
Pete!
Oh Jesus Christ.
I'm fine. Just lost my footing.
No, you didn't.
God damn it.
Yo, he got bit.
Lurkers!
He got bit by a zombie, not Clementine.
Come this way.
I'm playing trash.
Damn it! You get your asses over here, both of you. I'll cover you.
Yo, R.I.P. man.
Gotta get out of here.
I cannot save someone who wants.
Get...
I cannot save him.
Pete!
I can't save someone who got bit by a zombie. I can't. I mean, I would save them afterwards and cut their thing off, and they'll scream in pain, but I can't, Chad. What's in my opinion, I can't.
Pete! No! Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
Pete! No!
I mean, he's dead anyway,
Could've
so.
saved him. How could you just leave him?
Bro. Either way, he would have died, you know. I know for a fact he would have died, whether you saved him or didn't save him. Next moment was in The Walking Dead, next time.
What are we gonna do?
Where's my whiskey at? Mine and Clementine. Clementine wants some too. Someone? Yo, is that Troy?
Someone came here looking for you. A man.
What? Did he say what his name was?
We know
Carver.
damn well who it was.
Who is he?
One of the guys we were with before.
What's he gonna do?
Send me chat. What's he gonna possibly do? He's gonna be a dictator and abusive guy who
I
forced
can't keep
labor.
going.
I figure we got about 5 more days to reach those mountains.
We ain't here to rob
Jesus
nobody.
Christ, that's
Just
a
relax
lot of
and
days.
Put the gun down, man.
Plenty of days.
I thought you were dead.
You saw who was dead, Clem. And that, my friend, is how you all would find out, is when I continue playing the next episode. Anyway, I'm going to mention majority of the choices in comparison to what you all chose. Anyway, survival. Did you overall consider saving Krista? You and 58.7% of players remained there or stopped to help Krista. Because if you don't help Krista, you're pretty much a dipshit, and that is, like, fucked up, you know? I would save someone if it means something. I mean, obviously, she may be dead, she may not be. There's a lot of controversial opinions towards it. In my opinion, I feel like she is alive. I can't say it's not a fact, it's my own judgment. What's in my own judgment, I feel like she's alive, and it's only a fact once they create season 5. But I feel like it is a fact because I know for a damn well fact she is alive. And just because you heard gunshots or her making like she possibly got hurt, but she still survived, you know. Yeah, they shot, but what if she dodged the bullet, you know? I mean, look at Lily. People thought that she died in and when you play season 4, you're like, oh my god, Lily? So for season 2, you're all gonna find out. I mean, I know I spoiled a bit for season 4, but I've overall played it, and you already know about Lily. So, Mercy, did you overkill the dog? You and 52.5% of players killed the dog. I mean, he was hungry as hell, but unfortunately, I had to end his suffering because when Clem kicked him, she didn't just kick him off and he stopped and got scared like a pussy. He got kicked as far as he could and landed on one of those spikes that connects the tent or whatever. With wondering how that occurred there, but he's dead. Rest in peace. I do not want to see a rotting dog. That would make me cry, and it's disgusting. You know, why would you want to watch someone rot? You know, I mean, yeah, they're gonna show it, but I'm just saying, in real life, why would you want to watch someone rot? You know, if I want to head to my grandpa funeral, I'm not gonna see him rot. That would make me cry as hell. I'll be like, oh my gosh, he's really like this, you know? I mean, yeah, I get that I mentioned some shit about my grandpa, but at the end, he possibly has PTSD, and I just gotta say that I still love him, you know, regardless. And if I want to take it back, I would, but at the end, I still gotta love him. You know, you can't take back that love. I mean, this is your grandpa. I'm talking about. You know, I'm talking about. You know, like you can't deny your grandparents or your parents. Don't ever hate your mom and dad because at the end, once they're dead, you're gonna be an independent person living life. I mean, yeah, I'll have more freedom, but even then, what if I move out and they don't tell me what to do? So there you go. I mean, they shouldn't be telling me what to do. I feel like once the person is 7 plus, from exactly the age of 7 and beyond that, chat, which is pretty much 7 plus, you would just be raised by your parents. They'll like mention to you what to do and all that. Or no, they'll give you rules. They'll mention to you, don't do this at the house when they don't want you to do it, typically depending on the aspect. But for example, they can't tell you, oh, you can't hang out with your neighbor. Oh, you can't go out with your friends. Or certain of your friends, regardless of what they did. Or, oh, you can't go out that late by yourself because you may get lost or missing, which I, for a fact, did not get lost or missing last year. But even then as well, chat, it's just plenty of bullshit. Like, as a parent, I wouldn't care what my sons and daughters do. I wouldn't care if my daughter has sex at the age of, like, a very young age. Like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 or whatever age. Whatever age. Because once those legal system changes what's in the future, she could do whatever the hell she wants. And if she wants to get pregnant, let her get pregnant. If she understands what it's like when it comes to that or all that, then hey, there you go. I'll give her plenty of credit. That's all I gotta say, though. Anyway, chat. Hold on, my friend just texted me. Oh my gosh, and now my ex-Piper saying, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh my gosh, people are so suicidal these days. Oh, just because someone's gonna hang out with my ex-Piper? Bro, if she actually dies, she's straight up gonna go to hell. I mean, I know I'm not religious, but I'm half low-key. I mean, I'm low-key am. I mean, it's okay to be a Christian, you know, or to practice your faith, so yeah. Let me see what Piper is mentioning, my ex. Alright, back to the game, but... Hold up, Piper is texting me. Anyway, Trust, did you over accept Nick's apology? Yeah. Come up. Hold on, try to be back. My sister needs me. Hold on. I be sure to read the majority of it after. We should skip to Paul or I'm not safe. Okay, I chat. Alright, chat, I'm back in Illustrator anyway. Okay. Okay. Trust. Did you overall accept Nick's apology? You and 51.9, excuse me, not 9.1% of players accepted Nick's apology. I mean, A, he made a mistake. It's all good. Generosity, did you overall give water towards a dying man? Oh, he was gonna overall die, okay. You and 43.2% of players gave water towards a dying man. Heroics, did you overall save Nick or Pete? You and 40.4% of players head towards Nick. Alrighty. Well, chat, I'm actually gonna take a shower, so I'm actually gonna end right here. I'll be sure to play more afterwards or later or whatever. Happy early 4th of July to you all. I mean, it is pre-independence. The only thing I hate about it is how there's less freedom for younger people. And me, because I want to be president whenever. But I'm gonna say like 28, just so I can let JD Vance become president and then me afterwards. So yeah, it's all good. Well, I'll be running at like, what, 27 years old, and then 28 in office, you know, anyway. So yeah, so whatever I mentioned about the political shit, and me keeping it a secret and low-key, was those five girls / women / ladies / females, which I already mentioned about their names and ages. Because, you know, me keeping it a secret and low-key is not necessarily illegal. Overall, you know. So whatever I mentioned about all those, or whatever I mentioned about both of them, I'm not going to necessarily repeat it. What's in the next live, I'll possibly repeat it whenever. What's in the future. You know, anyway. Because like how I mentioned, chat, you know, again, chat, for real, though, as I specifically mentioned before, like how I mentioned that Miranda is 12, Courtney is 13 and a half, going to turn 14 December of 2026, Bella is 14, and Marie is 12, and Kinsley is 11, going to be 12 next year. So anyway, I'm pretty much friends with all of them. I mean, pretty much. So, me keeping it a secret and low-key is not necessarily illegal, but once the legal system changes later this year, you know, of 2026, you know, of 2026 chat, once that changes later this year, chat, of 2026, then me going beyond the boundaries later this year would not necessarily be illegal. But as of now, for now, me keeping it a secret and low-key in terms of romantic terms, but just overall me keeping it a secret and low-key for all 5 of those girls / women / ladies / females, and whoever I'm gonna choose out of one of them, chat. Possibly Miranda, we'll see. But like I mentioned, chat, you know, for now, I'm pretty much friends with all 5 of them, and later this year, that's when I can go beyond the boundaries, possibly with Miranda. But as of right now, chat, I'm keeping it a secret and low-key for like 5 of them, which what I'm doing, and especially Miranda, which is the 5 of them. But overall, you know, me keeping it a secret and low-key is not necessarily illegal, you know. So yeah, I know, chat, yeah, I'm gonna end right here. Take it easy, chat. I'm just gonna keep the game on. But yeah, take it easy, chat. But anyway, yeah, chat, yeah. I'm gonna end right here. If you want to witness more of me playing Telltale The Walking Dead Season 2, be sure to leave the comment down below. I'm gonna end right here. Take it easy, chat. And I'm possibly gonna consider playing Beyond Two Souls of Detroit Become Human, so I may hop off the game and then police episode 2 later, or tomorrow, whatever, you know, anyway. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna end right here. Take it easy, chat. Oh, hold up. Before I end it right here, y'all know how I mentioned that I have a crush on younger Jodie, like as the kid version of Jodie and the teenager version of Jodie, and just all the versions of Jodie, you know. Well, that's just a fictional character, Chad, and it's not necessarily illegal overall, because, you know, it's a fictional character, and in that term, it's like me keeping it a secret and low-key, you know, anyway. But yeah, it's a fictional character, you know. But overall, it's not necessarily illegal of me keeping it a secret and low-key towards dad and all that shit, you know, anyway. Especially towards younger Clementine. Like, was it the kid version, tween version, early teenage version, late teen version? Me keeping it a secret and low-key, just overall, it's not necessarily illegal. Especially towards the 5 girls, slash women, slash ladies, slash females, especially Miranda, you know. You know, me keeping it a secret and low-key is not necessarily illegal, you know. Let's anyway. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end it to these chat.